Well, today, marking the start of Black History Month, the local museum getting ready to open a new exhibit in celebration. Ethnic Heritage Museum going to highlight the Divine Nine. It's a group of historically black fraternities and sororities. Here's some footage of some of their previous exhibits for Black History Month. Divine Nine, it opens Sunday afternoon. It'll stay open through the end of April. We've got a few museums we're talking about. Of course, the Ethnic Heritage Museum. We've got Luke with Midway Village and Dan Wykes from the Byron History Museum. Thank you both for being with us. Dan, appreciate you coming in today. Sure. Guys, we're talking a little bit about the start of Black History Month and some of the historic ties that the Underground Railroad has to Rockford. So, Luke, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I'm here to introduce Dan Wykes.
Okay.
He's really the subject matter
Perfect.
expert for this, and I'm glad to have him with us today.
Yeah.
He does historic interpreter work out at Midway Village with us, as well as his work in Byron. So Dan is here to share the story about the Underground Railroad in the Rock River Valley.
Okay, awesome. So Dan, tell us a little bit about some of the routes, traveling with the Underground Railroad for some who may not know what it is, or just a little refresher. What is it, and what were those routes here in Rockford?
Well, sure. Before the Civil War, although slavery was illegal in Illinois, there were people escaping from Missouri, and they would come through northern Illinois on their way to Chicago.
Yeah.
And Byron and actually other parts of northern Illinois were places where these fugitives could be hidden by people that would help them, which and those people are called conductors.
Yeah.
Because they use code language for everything, because you were breaking federal law to assist a fugitive slave. So there was that to think about.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So what were some of the ways in which they would try and escape and try and evade the capture and being sent back to the South?
With the use of a code, but also one of the first things they would need would be false papers made up for them, because every black person had to have papers, whether they were slaves or not. And so that would at least stall the slave catchers. The slave catchers were from the South. They were hired by the slave owners to retrieve the slaves, escaping slaves, up here in the free territories.
So was Byron and northern Illinois, was it more of a stopping ground, kind of a midpoint, or did a lot of them kind of come here in order to seek refuge?
Northern Illinois was a little bit off the main track, which would run down through like LaSalle, Peru, and up toward Chicago. So there might have been a couple dozen a year that would come up this far, even as far north as Janesville and Milwaukee.
Wow.
So Byron was a way station on that route, along with several others. All of these stations were maybe 12 or 15 miles apart.
I remember learning back in the day, some escaping up to Canada if they were able to. Was that kind of was that something they would do here as well, to try and make their way north up through maybe Wisconsin and then into Canada?
They could risk staying in Illinois. It was a legally free state, if they could trust the people in the neighborhood not to turn them in.
Yeah.
And there were settlements in Illinois of slaves that had escaped and decided to stay. If they really wanted to be sure that they wouldn't be caught, they would go north to Canada, because at that time British territories didn't allow slave catching.
Okay.
So that was a final destination for many of them.
That is really cool. And of course, we know today, marking that start of Black History Month, you both at the museums have exhibits year-round talking about these maybe unfortunate times in our history. But I think right now, this month, we focus on it especially. Luke, why do you think it's so important that we do that?
Well, it's a central part of Rockford's history, and we, in our exhibits at Midway Village, we tell the story of the black community, African American community in Rockford, but we tried to emphasize it and bring out some unique stories and get them to the forefront in February. And we do have one that's up about the history of the labor movement at Gunite. And so there's a new exhibit up that will be up all year, but we encourage people to come out this month and see that. It's in our Many Faces, One Community exhibit which tells the story of immigration to Rockford and all the different ethnic communities that made up our history.
That's really cool. And Dan, what else do you guys have at the museum that you want maybe some people to kind of come out and see that you're highlighting for this month?
The primary feature of the Byron Museum is the Lucius Reed House, which was in fact an Underground Railroad station. So we're a designated national park site.
Okay.
They call it the Network to Freedom.
Yeah.
It so happens we've just refurbished that entire exhibit, and now that it's February, we're open.
That's awesome.
For that, so that would be a good one.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you both so much for being with us today. We know it's such an important topic to discuss this month. So, guys, thank you. Really appreciate it. Again, go out to Midway Village and the Byron History Museum.